Welcome to Study Pharma. Today we are going to learn about integumentary system, all about the skin. The skin covers the external surface of the body, about 2 square meters. It weighs about 4.5 to 5 kg. That is 7% of total body weight. The skin is made up of mainly 3 layers: the epidermis, dermis, and the subcutaneous layer or hypodermis. The epidermis is the outer layer of the skin. It is a waterproof barrier composed of keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. It has mainly 4 types of cells: the keratinocytes, melanocytes, Langerhans cells, Merkel cells. About 90% of the epidermal cells are keratinocytes. They produce a protein called keratin, which acts as waterproof barrier. It protects the skin. The melanocytes are about 8%. They produce the pigment melanin, that is a brown-black pigment which is responsible for the skin color. The Langerhans cells arise from red bone marrow and migrate to the epidermis. They provide immunity against microbes that invade the skin. The Merkel cells are located in the deepest layer of the epidermis. Merkel cells make contact with the flattened portion of the ending of sensory neuron called a tactile disc or Merkel disc. Hence, their function is the sensation of touch. The epidermis is formed by 5 layers of cell. Let's start from the bottom. The stratum basal. It consists of single layer of stem cells, which is made up of cuboidal cells or columnar cells that are capable of dividing continuously. Melanocytes are present in this stratum. The stratum spinosum, which is above the stratum basal, consists of 8 to 10 layers of keratinocytes. Long projections of the melanocytes extend among the keratinocytes, which take in the melanin by phagocytosis of these melanocyte presses. Above that is the stratum granulosum. It consists of 3 or 4 rows of flattened cells. These cells contain granules of keratohyalin. Keratohyalin is the precursor of keratin. Above that, the stratum lucidum is present. Normally, only the thick skin of the palm and soles has stratum lucidum. It consists of 3 to 5 rows of clear dead cells. The topmost layer is stratum corneum, 25 to 30 rows of flat dead cells completely filled with keratin. These cells are continuously shed and replaced by cells from the deeper strata. And this strata mainly functions as an effective barrier against light, heat waves, bacteria, and many chemicals. The next major layer beneath the epidermis is the dermis. It contains tough connective tissue, hair follicles, and sweat glands. The dermis is composed of dense, irregular connective tissue. It is the true skin. It can be divided into a superficial papillary layer and a deeper reticular layer. In the papillary layer, we have papillae which project into the epidermis. The papillae contain the blood vessels, nerve endings, and lymphatics, whereas the reticular layer is composed of reticular and elastic fibers, which also has fat and loose areolar tissue. The dermis is held together by a protein called collagen. This gives the skin flexibility and strength. The dermis also contains pain and touch receptors. The deepest layer of the skin, the hypodermis or subcutaneous layer, it consists of a network of collagen and fat cells. It helps the body to conserve heat and protects the body from injury by acting as a shock absorber. So those were the 3 layers of the skin. Now, what are the skin glands? The glands are epithelial cells that secrete various substances. There are mainly 4 types of glands are present in the skin: the sebaceous glands, sweat gland, ceruminous gland, and mammary gland. The sebaceous glands are simple, branched, acinar glands with few exceptions, acinar or rounded glands. They are present in the lips, glans penis, tarsal glands of the eyelids. They secrete an oily substance called sebum. The sweat glands are present all over the skin except eardrum, lips, glans penis. There are 2 types: the merocrine or ecrine gland and the apocrine gland. The ceruminous glands are modified sweat glands in the external ear. They produce a waxy lubricating secretion. The combined secretion of the ceruminous and sebaceous glands is a yellowish material called cerumen. The mammary glands function in the synthesis, secretion, and ejection of milk. Now, what are the functions of skin? Protection. It acts as a physical barrier and protects us from abrasions, bacteria, dehydration, UV rays, and much more. Sensation. The skin has abundant nerve endings, so we can sense the temperature, touch, pressure, pain. Excretion as well. It can remove heat and water, salts, several organic compounds. Thermal regulation. In response to high temperature, high environmental temperature, our body sweats. And in response to low environmental temperature, the production of sweat decreases. Helps to make vitamin D when exposed to the sun, so synthetic function.